Hello students, welcome to the lecture on Decision Support System, and after this lecture we will be able to learn the following objectives. Understand the concept of Decision Support System, discuss about components of Decision Support System, describe the user interfaces to Decision Support System, understand the three technology levels of Decision Support System, and explain the Executive Information System. Let us start with Decision Support Systems. DSS are a subset of Computer-Based Information Systems, CBIS. Here, Computer-Based Information Systems means constellation of a variety of information systems such as office automation systems, transaction processing systems, management information systems, and management support systems. Decision Support System. Let's study DSS in brief. Decision Support Systems are software tools that are developed for the specific purpose of assimilating pertinent data and generating a detailed analysis of a given situation. The results of the Decision Support System, or DSS, can then be utilized in making an informed decision regarding just about any action or set of circumstances. Characteristics and capabilities of DSS. The key characteristics and capabilities of DSS are support for decision makers by bringing together human judgment and computerized information, support for all managerial levels, support for individuals as well as groups of decision makers working somewhat independently, support for independent or sequential decisions, support in all phases of decision-making process. DSS are flexible, so users can add, delete, combine, change or rearrange basic elements. Most new DSS applications use web-based interfaces. When DSS are deployed, decision-making often takes longer, but the decisions are better. Can be employed as a standalone tool used by an individual decision maker in one location or distributed. Classification of DSS. There are a number of decision support systems. These can be categorized into 5 types. Data-driven DSS. The first generic type of decision support system is a data-driven DSS. These systems include file drawer and management reporting systems, data warehousing and analysis systems, executive information systems EIS, and spatial decision support systems. Business intelligence systems are also examples of data-driven DSS. Model-driven DSS. Model-driven DSS includes systems that use accounting and financial models, representational models, and optimization models. Knowledge-driven DSS. Knowledge-driven DSS can suggest or recommend actions to managers. These DSS are personal computer systems with specialized problem-solving expertise. Document-driven DSS. A document-driven DSS integrates a variety of storage and processing technologies to provide complete document retrieval and analysis. Communications-driven and group DSS. This 5th generic type of decision support system includes communication, collaboration, and decision support technologies that do not fit within those DSS types identified. Advantages of DSS: time savings. For all categories of decision support systems, research has demonstrated and substantiated reduced decision cycle time, increased employee productivity, and more timely information for decision making. Enhance effectiveness. Most researchers have examined soft measures like perceived decision quality rather than objective measures. Improve interpersonal communication. DSS can improve communication and collaboration among decision makers. In appropriate circumstances, communications-driven and group DSS have had this impact. Competitive advantage. Vendors frequently cite this advantage for business intelligence systems, performance management systems, and web-based DSS. Cost reduction. DSS cost saving from labor savings in making decisions and from lower infrastructure or technology costs. Increase decision maker satisfaction. DSS may reduce frustrations of decision makers, create perceptions that better information is being used, and or creates perceptions that the individual is a better decision maker. Promote learning. Learning can occur as a byproduct of initial and ongoing use of a DSS. Increase organizational control. Data-driven DSS often make business transaction data available for performance monitoring and ad hoc querying. Disadvantages of decision support system. Monetary cost. Some analysis for decision support system needs the advance of data analysis, statistics, econometrics, and information system, so it is the high cost to hire the specialist to set up the system. Overemphasize decision making. Implementing decision support system may reinforce the rational perspective and overemphasize decision processes and decision making. Assumption of relevance. The danger is that once decision support system becomes common in organizations, that managers will use them inappropriately. Transfer of power. Building decision support system, especially knowledge-driven decision support system, may be perceived as transferring decision authority to a software program. Unanticipated effects. It is conceivable and it has been demonstrated that some decision support system reduce the skill needed to perform a decision task. Obscuring responsibility. The computer does not make a bad decision. People do. Unfortunately, some people may deflect personal responsibility to a decision support system. False belief in objectivity. It is an overstatement to suggest that people using a decision support system are more objective and rational than managers who are not using computerized decision support. Status reduction. Some managers argue using a decision support system will diminish their status and force them to do clerical work. Information overload. Too much information is a major problem for people, and many decision support systems increase the information load. Guidelines for creating successful decision support systems. These are most important factors to bring success to DSS using execution time. Developers should select appropriate software and hardware that are fast enough to provide the result within control execution time. Versatility. DSS is used to perform tasks. Versatility is essential and must cover the full range of tasks for what a decision maker will want to use. Quality of help. Help functions or any online manual for decision maker when having problems are essential. Adaptability. Personalizing of DSS system style of each user is another important thing. These features make easier, smarter, friendly, and more tailored to each user's need. Uniformity of commands and interface. A DSS developer should produce of what DSS users are familiar with and develop it like standard commands uniform. Learning time. User-friendly and easy to learn should be seem intuitive to targeted users. Ease of recall. A user interface that facilitates recall will reduce the time it takes to get back up to speed with the DSS. Errors. Sometimes DSS users make some serious errors that lead to wrong decisions as a result of system misuse. Understanding the user's usual decision-making process can help minimize errors. Concentration required. Label screens and output to reduce memory load is useful and make the program easier and smarter. Fatigue. Usage frequency of DSS is usually low. Therefore, user physical fatigue is seldom a factor. Fun. More fun interacting means not aversive and easy to use. Components of decision support systems. Typical decision support systems have 4 components: data management, model management, knowledge management, and user interface management. Data management component. The data management component performs the function of storing and maintaining the information that you want your decision support system to use. It consists of both the decision support system information and the decision support system database management system. The information you use in your decision support system comes from one or more of 3 sources. Organizational information. We can design our decision support system to access this information directly from our company's database and data warehouse. External information. Some decisions require input from external sources of information. Personal information. We can design our decision support system so that we can enter this personal information only as needed, or we can keep the information in a personal database that is accessible by the decision support system. Model management component. The model management component consists of both the decision support system models and the decision support system model management system. The model management system stores and maintains the decision support system's models. User interface management component. The user interface management component allows us to communicate with the decision support system. It consists of the user interface management system. This is the component that allows us to combine our know-how with the storage and processing capabilities of the computer. The user interface is the part of the system we see through it when enter information, commands and models. Knowledge management component. The knowledge management component, like that in an expert system, provides information about the relationship among data that is too complex for a database to represent. It consists of rules that can constrain possible solution as well as alternative solutions and methods for evaluating them. Architecture of decision support systems. Decision support system consists of 2 major subsystems: human decision makers and computer systems. The function of a human decision maker as a component of DSS is not to enter data to build a database, but to exercise, judge, or intuition throughout the entire decision-making process. The first step of the decision-making process begins with the creation of a decision support model. DBMS area a set of computer programs that create and manage the database as well as control access to the data stored within it. MBMS is a set of computer programs embedded within a DSS generator that allows users to create, edit, update, and delete a model. The created models and database are stored in the model base and database in the direct access storage devices such as hard disks. The interface system allows users to access to the data subsystem, database management software. The model subsystem model-based management software, user interfaces to decision support systems. Systems with user interfaces that are cumbersome or unclear or that require unusual skills are rarely useful and accepted in practice. A good user interface to DSSs should support the following: support for model construction and model analysis. User interface is the vehicle for both model construction and model choice and for investigating the results. Even if a system is based on a theoretically sound reasoning scheme, its recommendations will be as good as the model they are based on. Support for reasoning about the problem structure in addition to numerical calculations. While numerical calculations are important in decision support, reasoning about the problem structure is even more important. Often, when the system and its model are complex, it is insightful for the decision maker to realize how the system variables are interrelated. This is helpful in designing creative decision options, but also in understanding how a policy decision will impact the objective. Support for both choice and optimization of decision variables. Many DSSs have an inflexible structure in the sense that the variables that will be manipulated are determined at the model building stage. This is not very suitable for planning of the strategic type when the object of the decision-making process is identifying both the objectives and the methods of achieving them. 3 technology levels of DSS. The 3 levels of hardware, software, which have been included in the label DSS are: specific DSS. The system which actually accomplishes the work might be called the specific DSS, DSS generator. This is a package of related hardware and software which provide a set of capabilities to quickly and easily build a specific DSS. DSS tools. These are hardware or software elements which facilitate the development of a specific DSS or a DSS generator. Executive Information System. An Executive Information System, EIS, is a centralized electronic resource composed of different kinds of software and hardware from which executives can draw data from a variety of areas relevant to an organization. It is commonly considered as a specialized form of a decision support system, DSS, and otherwise referred to as an executive support system, ESS. An Executive Information Systems, EIS, is a type of management information system intended to facilitate and support the information and decision-making needs of senior executives by providing easy access to both internal and external information relevant to meeting the strategic goals of the organization. Role of ESS in the organization. An ESS can supply the summarized information executives need and yet provide the opportunity to drill down to more detail if necessary. ESS is able to link data from various sources, both internal and external, to provide the amount and kind of information executives find useful. Executive Support Systems characteristics. Executive support systems are end-user computerized information systems operated directly by executive managers. They utilize newer computer technology in the form of data sources, hardware and programs to place data in a common format and provide fast and easy access to information. They integrate data from a variety of sources, both internal and external to the organization. They focus on helping executives assimilate information quickly to identify problems and opportunities. Advantages of Executive Information System. Executive support systems don't provide executives with ready-made decisions. They provide the information that helps them make their decisions. Executives use that information along with their experience, knowledge, education, and understanding of the corporation and the business environment as a whole to make their decisions. Executives are more inclined to want summarized data rather than detailed data. ESS relies on graphic presentation of information because it's a much quicker way for busy executives to grasp summarized information. It offers efficiency to decision makers. It provides system for improvement in information tracking. Summary. Now in the end, let us summarize what we have learnt in this lecture. Typical decision support systems are designed for easy use by end users who may or may not be comfortable with using computer technology as part of the decision-making process. The user interface management component allows you to communicate with the decision support system. The knowledge management component, like that in an expert system, provides information about the relationship among data that is too complex for a database to represent. An executive information system EIS is a centralized electronic resource composed of different kinds of software and hardware from which executives can draw data from a variety of areas relevant to an organization.